Good morning, everyone. My name is David Pokhrel. Today, my presentation will be in regarding to the THS data warehouse, its applications, and the overall strategy for the evolution of data warehouse and business application. Talking about THS, that is Transformative Health System. As we all know, it is a community health system in the Midwest United States. The THS organizational strategic roadmap includes a 5-year plan. Our aim here is to define all the necessary clinical and administrative applications that are required in daily transactions of overall facility. And also we'll be talking about its storage capacity in the data warehouse. We'll also be defining about business intelligence application that will allow end users of the data warehouse to do queries and to have direct access to visual representation of the critical business data. THS warehouse is composed of different kind of data feeders. Talking about two major data feeders application, that will be clinical applications and administrative applications. Clinical applications, on the first hand, it will help us in analyzing of the patient samples for the purposes of reporting of sample results, and also it will act as a medium of communication between the providers and consumers. As you can see, some of the clinical applications listed here are as HIE connectivity that will help to make communication channel more clear between one point to the another point. Also, it will help in prioritizing the workflow with the queries that are run into the data warehouse. Similarly, clinical data repository for eventual use as a whole will be electronic health records that will be evolved over time. As a part of joint venture initiative with the Excel Health System, we also have redesigned the clinical data repository to allow quicker turnaround time for implementation of new interface sources. Similarly, tele-stroke connectivity application will help both client and providers in order to connect with each other as a virtual examination of a suspected stroke patient. Over the video, it will also provide a viewing of imaging and recommendation or the prescriptions recommendation through the providers and the primary prescription vendors. Talking about My Health Patient Portal, it will allow the portal for both providers and consumers in order to access their records and to communicate it with each other. Similarly, boarding pass solution will enhance customer check-in through tablets and all the necessary devices through which will be able to real-time tracking of patient orders, and also will be able to monitor for leakage and predictive modeling of patient utilization of our outpatient services. Orders with associated back-end database tables storing our latest order can also be monitored through the boarding pass solution. Similarly, clinical quality dashboards will provide ability to integrate data from a variety of disparate systems into a common database and formulate information that is actionable and that can add value to the organization in terms of clinical data reporting or quality reporting tools and clinical data overall warehouse. Finally, e-prescribing is an app that mostly physicians will be able to go through many vendors in accordance to the insurance and copay, and will be able to select the targeted medication for the patient. Talking about administrative applications, here we can see some of the list of administrative applications that are used to mainly collect, store, and report patients' demographic information or to manage schedule regarding admission, discharge, or transfer of patients. It also helps in creating insurance claims and to handle manual billing, electronic billing, and accounts information. In case of THS, we can see applications such as Integrated Delivery System, that is IDS. This type of integration can include acquisitions, alliance with physicians, that will be primary care providers, or management service organizations. Health plans or health maintenance organizations also will be involved in this integrated delivery system. Further, talking about consumer relation management, CRM. CRM is a technology for managing the company's relationship and will interact with customers and potential stakeholders. The goal is simple. It will improve business relationship to grow our business. This system will help our company to stay more connected to the customers and will streamline the processes and improve profitability within the company. Further, Decision Support System DSS will provide a single point of truth for enterprise financial decision making and analysis. Employee Connection Portal will provide employees with the ability to access all the critical information online through the data warehouse. It will also give feedback opportunities and other tools are provided through this portal. Talking about L-script management dashboard, that will be modified to run on both iPad and traditional web environment within our senior management team, as it will help us in comprehensive service line analysis and budgeting tools. HealthLink patient office scheduling will allow data to be fed and entered into the scheduling system along with adjusting leave and off day schedules of all employees. Automatic schedules reminders and schedules can be set upon the physician's request and depending on the time schedules of the patient. Lastly, talking about e-billing, it is one of the major portal or application that is inbuilt within the mobile application, which allows providers and consumers to view payment statements and also acknowledge it on real time in case of providers, and it will also have them the privilege of making necessary changes and adjusting the cycling time with accordance to the month or year. Consumer Portal will provide us with an excellent opportunity to present our database and brand it within our company and organization. It will help us to have our database tested by the users with different platforms where users can sign up and access it. Also, it will give users the opportunity to activate their account and reset password as needed. Some of the important roles of Consumer Portal, as we can see, will be the fast interface for users with capability of virtual appointment. It will also give users with the visibility of GPS, where consumers are able to pick up their providers or to select their nearest pharmacy. It will also provide consumers with real-time view and will allow them to update the PHI by mobile application. It also has functionalities like reminder and refill order for electronic prescriptions. Consumers are able to view their health summary in real time and also the billing statements. And lastly, consumers will be able to view medical reports, records, and all the past summary of their medical statement and billing cycles through mobile app in real time. Functional requirements are product features or functions that developers must implement in order to enable users to accomplish their task. So it is important to make them clear for both the development team and the stakeholders. Generally, functional requirements describe system behavior under specific conditions. As we can see, some of our end user functional requirements are fast user interface and secure login. Similarly, access to the list of medications and prescriptions along with invoices. Having features such as chatting or video conference through the mobile app in real time. Having functions such as QR scanner and the functions of document upload within the application. And lastly, viewing and demanding reports, or let's say telling or running the queries of the reports within our mobile app. There are several stakeholders who will be on the roles of using BI, that will be business intelligence application. Talking about two of the major stakeholders roles that will be using BI will be database administration or administrator, that will be DB or data analysis, and C-level suite, that will be all our major stakeholders. The business analyst will be the key user of BI system as they work in close collaboration with the BI call center, the client, and the sponsor and the users. They are often as a product director of the client side and they create the most of the important reports and provide both on request and on their own initiative. Similarly, if we talk about C-level suite project managers or the senior management team, they are another major stakeholders that will be using BI application in order to tally out the organization's management with all types of reports and analysis, thereby making good use of the possibilities offered by various BI tools in form of either reports or to interactive analysis from visualization to data mining. The overall application of analytics in healthcare requires the transformation of data into usable information that can be relayed back to the end users. As we can see, BI, business information extractions and users play a vital role in healthcare organization. The adoption of EHR and other electronic data mechanisms make the application of analytic tool more tractable by providing the basic electronic data upon which to act. This coincides with the rise of data or data scientists in terms sometimes applied to those who use analytical tools and can serve as one-stop shop for data management, analysis, and interpretation of electronic data. In case of THS, as we can see, there can be many forms of data, and some of our stakeholders that will be using those data in order to extract the information. Some of the data here, as you can see, will be electronic health data, that will be EHR, that will be clinical documentation or patient history, as well as report and patient orders. Similarly, LIMS, that will be laboratory information system, which consists of laboratory results. Similarly, diagnostics or monitoring instrument, that will be range of images, either X-ray, vital signs, that will be integrated with the EHR. Similarly, data sources such as insurance claims and billing will consist data of various patients with all the information of their visit, the cost, and the services that will be expected to pay on the payment time. Data source from pharmacy will contain the information such as medication orders. Similarly, data source from human resources will include all the information of employees and their role within the institution. And lastly, real-time locating systems such as GPS will allow us to have information of positions and interactions of people in real time. With the role of visualizations and the implementation of new analytic tool within the company, THS can expect this new process to have an immediate impact on AR days for a self-pay account and to help organization achieve its goal of no more than 5% of self-pay beyond the 90 days. With help of visualization, eventually for the revenue cycle director, it will play a vital role as it will provide increased capacity to define opportunities for change in financial management. It will also provide an easy interface for all the department in order to easily understand the data and access it in real-time improvement. It will also give easy and visual access to claims, billing inquiries, making it much more easier rather than to run all the manual data. And also finally, it will decrease the work time and it will make it more easier for the revenue cycle director to detect the root causes of having all the financial blunders. As you can see in the figure 4.1, this is the overall representation of the system architecture layout that will represent the outer layout of how clinical and administrative applications request and integrate information from the main data warehouse. As you can see, the whole topology is composed of mesh topology, and we have network firewalls on either of the side, controlling the security and privacy of the data. We can see some of the application code, that is the constant application protocol, is being run, and some of the major applications such as EHR updates, billing, insurance, result view, and inquiries are directly run through primary database and are routed through the network, having the secondary backup storage services as cloud. Further, on the side, we can see the mobile application that THS providers and the THS consumers are using in order to integrate or log in through the mHealth application, and it provides easy access to the data through HealthLink patient portal. Also, through the same portal, both the THS consumers and THS providers are able to communicate through each other. We can see all the data being stored in the file server, and all the data are integrated and retrieved through the help of router that is composed of latest IT standards having WEP or WPA protocol. Here I have presented the general idea of the mobile application login page that will look in consumer portal application. As you can see in figure 1, it consists of main login screen where the user can log in by their credentials, and if the credentials are incorrect, he or she is able to either create a new account or also reset the password. On the second page, we can see the consumer portal where consumers are able to view the care team providers and also have the different application functionalities such as viewing test results, messaging, and having appointment reminders and setup. On the third page, we can see consumer is being able to view their primary care team members and also will be able to view their documents, health summary, and all the billing invoices and statements. Here is the general idea of mobile application login page that will look in provider side of portal application. As we can see, providers are able to log in through the main first screen, that will be member login, where they need to provide their credentials, and also they have functions where they can either create an account or they'll be able to reset their password or username. On the second screen or on the figure 2.1, we can see the providers are in their homepage where they can see their profile, they can view the messages, and also they are able to view the documents. Providers will also be able to go through My Network to view their network providers or talk with their care team members. Providers are also able to look up patient data using patient ID, either patient name or insurance ID. Also, they are able to enter new patient information, as we can see, by providing the demographic information. So on the third page, we can see providers are able to view their profile and can look up active medications or view any documents or view any results of the patient. Talking about stakeholders, stakeholders are those who have some claim and can obtain some benefit from an organization. Stakeholders can be internal or external. Internal stakeholders are those within the company, such as employees, owners, or shareholders. As you can see, some of the internal administrative and user stakeholders are medical staff, doctors, nurses, and pharmacists. Hospital board and executive team members. It will be administrative staff that can be project manager, HR, or DVA. And lastly, paramedical staffs such as physical therapists, ambulance services, or social workers. External stakeholders are groups outside a business or people who don't work inside the business but are affected in some way by the decision and action of the business. Some of the external stakeholders are consumers, suppliers, creators, the local community, society, and government. Some of the external stakeholders or administrative and user stakeholders that we are talking can be seen in the diagram, that will be as patient, board of medicine, nursing, pharmacy, and dentistry, public health departments, department of regulation and license, local authority health, social care services, and insurance companies. The ability to uniquely link patient, doctors, and the community to the key details that will improve their health and make it as stress-free and easy as possible to access healthcare is our core strategy. Collaborating on integrated health information PHI and EHR, which can be easily accessed via the DBMS server through mobile application, will be our main reasons for overall development of DBMS server. At the same time, with constantly evolving analytics and data warehouse technology, THS will find newer ways to leverage data for strategic decision making. As you can see, THS K2U is focused on the principle of leveraging of all stakeholders relationship in order to enable the best delivery of care solution at the most affordable cost. It will be also doing rapid advances in new technology and business intelligence application in data warehouses. Also, we'll be having expansion of new possibilities for mobile health inclusions with existing e-health systems. And lastly, creation and incorporation of the mobile application into the existing framework of the data warehouse will be our major goal. Since data warehouses gather information from different sources and convert it into a single and widely used format, the major departments will produce results that are in line with consistent and will give accurate results, further it making the data more standardized, and thus we can have more confidence in its accuracy, and accurate data is what makes our organization more strong, thus helping in all the business decisions. As we can know, the warehouse strategy and the implementation of business intelligence application within it will help us to make better decisions with all our possible clients and with our results. It will also enhance the data quality and consistency of overall organization and helping us reduce the cost and to gain more profitable margin in upcoming days. I would like to thank you all for your time and patience, and please feel free to ask me if there are any questions you may have.